Okay, so I hope I can finish it in this time period. But anyway, so the band was like, "What is going on?" And then after the one student like assaulted the police officer, basically what happened was everything went dead silent, and we're like, "What is going on?" And then the student section was like fleeing in terror, and then they started running back, like, "What is going on?" And then everything after that went silent. So after everything went silent, we heard the people in the press box or the like making the announcements or whatever say, at this time we are going to evacuate the stadium back to the school. And at that moment it was dead silent. Everyone started screaming and running towards the school. We had no idea what was going on. We had to get into the school, hide in classrooms, hide in the auditorium, whatever it was. We just had to hide because of what was going on. So I don't know where everyone else was, but the whole band, we all fled together. We left everything down at the stadium in the bleachers. We left all of our instruments down there, and we went back to the auditorium, and we locked ourselves in there for a good hour and a half. Then about an hour and a half later, almost 2 hours, some police officers came back and were like, "Hey, we got to tell you guys what's going on." So they came back, and it was already being posted too. So it was being posted that there was a gun scare, and it sounded to us like the football players heard some gunshots. That's why they were running towards the football shed and whatnot. Anyway, so the police officers came back and was like, "It's all right, everything's okay. It was just a gun scare and whatnot, and there was no gun. Everyone is okay." And then we went back to the stadium to get our instruments, and then the football players came running towards the bleachers where we were, and like we all jumped off the bleachers and we were hugging each other like, "Oh my gosh, what is happening? What is happening?" We didn't die because we were all thinking, "Are we going to die? Are we going to die?" And so we were all talking to each other, hugging each other like, "Oh my gosh, are you okay? Are you okay?" And that was probably the most terrifying football game I have ever been to. I have been to other terrifying football games at home, but this one was probably the scariest because the game ended early and senior night was ended early, and there was a typical, well, a potential gun scare. So that's really it.